Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because today we are going to be tinting my eyebrows just a little bit darker for the upcoming fall winter months. So recently I dyed my hair a little bit darker and I just kind of wanted my eyebrows to match that a little bit, and I just wanted a little bit more contrast on my face. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I can't wait to show you this eyebrow dyeing slash eyelash dyeing system that I love. It is called Refectocil. Now, I was introduced to the system a couple years ago and I love it. It's my go-to. It's not exceedingly expensive, really affordable, and it's so easy to use, which is like the most important thing for me at least. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this oxidant and we're going to take some of our dye. Now I do have two different dyes, so I have like a lighter brown and I have a darker brown, and we're just going to mix a little bit of each of them with our oxidant. So we're going to do 50% oxidant and 50% dye. We're going to stir that up real nice and smooth, and then we're going to apply it to our lovely eyebrows. And then once it's applied, what we're going to do is we're going to use a cotton swab just to clean up around the eyebrow, just so that way our skin doesn't get all dyed. So just a couple quick things to note. You want to make sure that you are not using any metal to mix or apply your, solution, your cream, your dye, just because the metal can actually oxidize, or can that's the right word, it can oxidize the oxidant and the dye. So basically it's just not going to do good things, and it can actually change the color of the dye, or it could just kind of like cause it not to work at all. So I've got like a little tiny glass bowl, a little glass cup, as well as a little plastic spatula. And then I do have some brushes. They do have some metal on them, but I'm going to be very careful just to make sure that the dye does not touch this bit here. So it's just going to be staying on the brush ends. The other thing that you can do is you can apply some Vaseline or some cream to the outside of your eyebrow just to prevent your skin from getting dyed. I'm personally not going to do this just because I've used this a lot and I feel like my application is precise enough that I'm not too worried about that. So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to take our little glass dish as well as our little spatula here, and then we're going to take some of our desired dye. Now I'm going to use a little bit of this light brown, and I'm just going to put a little bit in my dish, okay? Just a tiny bit. I know this is hard to see just because this dish is kind of long. Your eyebrows, unless they're very big and bushy, which I'm extremely jealous of, then you may need a little bit more dye than this, but that's as much as I'm going to use today, because I'm also going to use some of the darker brown, and then we're going to squeeze out a little bit of that. Okay, so now we have a little bit of each of our dyes. Next, we're going to take our oxidant, and we are going to put about as much oxidant as we see dye. So I'd like to think maybe it's about 8 to 10 drops, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just so you can see them kind of go in, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And then we're going to take our little spatula, and we're just going to scrape this off the edges here, and we're just going to mix it. It does take a little bit of time to mix, so try and stay patient. I find that sometimes if you just kind of put them down there together, they will slowly sort of melt into one another. I'm just going to mix this a little bit more off camera, and then I'll show you the texture when I'm done. Okay, so our dye is nice and smooth. It is all mixed up, so I'm just going to show you guys what the texture looks like. I'm just going to come a little closer and bring my spatula. I'm just going to use the other end to show you, but it's like this whipped texture. And I am going to take my brush and apply this onto my eyebrows. Actually, I'm going to put my hair up first using my Silks scrunchie. Okay, so now let's get a little closer. Hope you can see me well. And I am going to take a little bit of this dye and just apply it onto my eyebrows. I like to start a little slower first and not just rush into it. Okay, so we still have a bunch of dye, so as you can see, you really don't need a lot. So next I'm going to take my cotton swab and just clean up around my eyebrow. Okay, and this is the part that I think is the most important to clean up, is the front line here. So you want to make sure that your eyebrows are like pretty much the same distance apart from like the center line of your face. So I always kind of like look at myself, sorry my mirror's over here, and then, well, this is a little bit dirty, so let me just pull off some of this cotton. Okay, I'm just gonna got a clean piece of cotton, and then I'm just gonna kind of like do a bit of a line. And now they're roughly equal distance from the center line of my face. And now we are just going to wait at 8 to 10 minutes for this to cook. They're gonna get much darker, the dye is going to kind of like dry down to almost like a black color, and then we will wash it off. So I will see you guys in 10 minutes. 8 minutes has gone by, and now I've just got a damp cotton pad as well as some dry ones, and we are just going to use them to remove these beautiful, beautiful dark eyebrows. And obviously there's going to be a lot of makeup that comes off with it. Okay, and there you have it. Those are my eyebrows, nice and tinted, a little bit darker. They are going to lighten up, and there is still some dye on my skin that will come off after I've like washed my face regularly. And yeah, just a little bit more oomph when you actually look at them. I feel like at first they always look much more dramatic, but then they do kind of soften up with a little bit of time. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you do, like it down below. If you like this channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. And let me know if there's any type of video that you would like to see, because I love hearing your opinions. Thanks so much. Bye guys.